I started Blue Badge Style when I'd collected a lot of information on stylish places to go in the city that I could take customers without having any problems with access or having no disabled facilities. Because I worked for a software company selling, and I'd take them out for lunch a lot. And I collated all the information into a website, and then around about 2012 I decided to develop an app associated with it. Primarily because I was driving in a cab back from the hospital and I wanted to go somewhere good for lunch, and we couldn't think of anywhere. There were no apps to tell us of anywhere to go that had disabled facilities, and we thought, well, it'd be a good idea if we had an app that did that, which is why we developed the app. I went on a UCL course called Mobile Academy, and it was like 10 weeks in really horrible winter weather. I had to go every Wednesday up to North London and sit in the classroom which wasn't wheelchair accessible, so I had to sit at the back of the classroom every time. Anyway, at the end of the course, the guys at UCL, the professor said, "Fiona, you're not going to develop an app, are you?" I went, "Well, I could, but it'll take me a long time because I'm not that great at programming." And he said, "Okay, well, we'll do it for you." And they did it for nothing. So we've very much become more of a social media company as opposed to somebody who's just got an app and a website. We're sort of heavily involved in Facebook and Twitter as well now. Disabled people want to go out and enjoy life, just like anybody else, but they have prerequisites before they go out. Not only is going out on public transport or even by cab difficult and requires some planning, once you get to a venue, you have to sort of plan ahead as to whether there's a disabled toilet, whether there are steps to get in, whether the tables are the right height, whether you can only sit at the bar, that sort of stuff. And that usually takes about 3 or 4 phone calls to work that out. And when you get to a venue, there's always something not as described. So that again prompted us to develop pictorial access descriptions which we want as a campaign every venue's website to have on their website. So it's like a picture of going through a venue, showing you what the facilities are and any potential obstacles. And that's for people with multiple disabilities. So it's if you're deaf, partially deaf, blind, in a wheelchair, in an electric wheelchair, walking with 1 stick, walking with 2 sticks. We want this to be a global brand, and there are 1 billion disabled people worldwide, so it's quite a big market to go for, and we want to get investment to do that. That's our ambition. Premier thing is, though, that we say that the place has got to be stylish. That doesn't mean expensive, that means it's got to have a sense of style. So, for example, we've reviewed a lot of places in Shoreditch because that's the latest sort of trendy place to be. Now it's Queen's Park, we've done a lot in Queen's Park. We're also involved with Brunel University, and I set their design students a challenge to say, you know, I've got a bog standard wheelchair, but I want it to look glamorous, I want it to look more functional, and I want it to look trendy. And they came up with designs which we advertised on the website, people voted for them, and they are now looking to prototype 3 of those designs with the view to selling them, so that again will generate revenue for us as well. If I don't physically stop myself from working, I'd work from like 7 in the morning till 9 at night, so I have to really sort of sit down and say to myself, 7 o'clock you're going to stop. It also means I can get up when I like, or get dressed when I like. You have to have contact with people. You know, working totally on your own at home is not a good thing, because you get sort of over anxious, or I get sort of paranoid about, oh God, we haven't got enough hits on the website today, what am I going to do? And yet if I go out and talk to people and just sort of relax a bit, it doesn't become sort of over-empowering or makes me feel that I'm not doing a good job. You know, you need some sort of validation from other people. There are lots of people like me who don't want to stay at home, don't want to settle for second best, and want to go out and enjoy life. And part of the Human Rights Commission for People with Disabilities, which all Western governments have signed up to, Clause 10 actually says we have the equal right to enjoy life. And that's entirely what Blue Badge Style's about. It's enabling that. It's telling people where to go, what to do, what to buy to maintain their sense of style. And with that respect, we're like the Vogue or the Michelin Guide for the disabled.